The afternoon sun hung softly over the leafy neighborhood as 12-year-old Emily rolled her wheelchair down the sidewalk, her loyal police-trained service dog Max trotting proudly beside her. His thick golden coat swayed with every step, and his intelligent eyes scanned their surroundings like a guardian who understood his purpose. Emily's life had changed 2 years ago after a car accident left her unable to walk, but Max had stepped into her world like a beam of strength holding her heart together. Today was supposed to be a simple, peaceful day. She had just finished school and was heading to the nearby park to enjoy the weather, but the moment she turned the corner she sensed trouble. 3 rich neighborhood boys stood by the pathway, their expensive bikes glinting under the daylight. They were older, bigger, louder. They were the type who never heard no at home and believed the world existed to entertain them. Emily's heart tightened because she had seen these boys before, and every time they crossed paths, the encounter ended badly. Before you continue, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and protecting those who cannot protect themselves, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Heartwarming Kindness. Max stiffened the moment he saw the boys. His training kicked in. He moved closer to Emily, positioning himself between her wheelchair and the boys as if forming a living shield. But the boys had already noticed her. Their smirks widened, and one of them, named Tyler, twisted his bike to block the sidewalk completely. Emily's hands froze on the wheels of her chair. She knew they were going to say something cruel. They always did. And yet she wasn't prepared for what they would do today. Tyler leaned down inches from her face, pretending to inspect her wheelchair, before saying loudly that someone like her should stay home instead of ruining the neighborhood scenery. His friends laughed. Emily swallowed hard, feeling her cheeks burn, but she said nothing. She had learned that arguing only made their behavior worse. Max growled low and protective, a warning that came straight from his training. But instead of backing off, Tyler raised his foot and shoved Max's side with a sudden kick. The shock ripped through Emily like electric fire. Max yelped, stumbling back, but still pushing himself between Emily and danger. That sound broke something inside her. Her dog never complained, never hesitated, never let her feel unsafe. Seeing him hurt because of her was unbearable. She blinked fast but couldn't stop tears from rising. The boys only laughed harder. Another boy grabbed the handle of her wheelchair and shook it roughly, making her jolt forward. Fear wrapped around her ribs like tightening ropes. She wanted to scream, but the words were trapped. All she could do was cling to the one thing that never left her side. Max snarled again, stronger this time, ready to defend her, even if it cost him pain. But before anything worse could happen, another presence stepped into the scene with calm, steady footsteps. A police officer appeared at the edge of the path, walking his patrol route. Officer Daniel was known in the neighborhood for being fair, patient, and observant. But in this moment, the quiet warmth in his eyes shifted into something colder. He had seen what the boys were doing long before they noticed him. He had also recognized Max instantly. Max wasn't just any service dog. He was once a certified canine, trained under Daniel, before being permanently placed with Emily after her accident, because the dog had formed a bond with her unlike anything the department had seen. Seeing Max in distress triggered something deep in Daniel. He approached slowly but with authority, his shadow stretching across the boys like a warning before he even spoke. The boys froze the moment they saw him, their arrogance cracked, slipping away from their faces. Daniel walked straight to Emily, kneeling down so he was at eye level with her. He gently checked Max, running his hand through the thick fur, assessing the dog's condition, then looking at Emily with genuine concern. Her eyes were wet, her breathing uneven. She tried to wipe her cheeks, but her hands trembled. Daniel placed a reassuring hand on her arm, telling her she was safe now. Then he stood up and faced the boys. His posture shifted into something stern, controlled, and powerful. For a moment, the entire park seemed to hold its breath. He asked them calmly but firmly what they thought they were doing. Tyler tried to stutter out an excuse, but the officer had already witnessed everything. The boys shrank under his gaze, their earlier bravado dissolving like mist. Daniel didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. His words were precise and sharp as he reminded them that assaulting a service animal was a crime, and harassing a child, especially one with medical needs, was far more serious than they seemed to understand. With every word, their shoulders sagged lower. He ordered them to step aside, and they obeyed instantly. None of them dared to look back as they walked away. The laughter that once filled the park had evaporated, replaced by an awkward, heavy silence. Only Emily's shaky breaths and Max's soft, protective whines filled the air. Daniel crouched again, checking Max's ribs carefully, and then gently brushing Emily's hair from her eyes, asking if she was hurt. She shook her head but whispered that she hated feeling helpless. Her voice cracked. Daniel didn't dismiss her pain. Instead, he told her something she would never forget, that needing help didn't make someone weak. What made a person strong was the courage to keep living, to keep moving, to keep loving, even after being hurt. That strength, he said, was something Emily had in abundance, greater than most adults he knew. She stared at him through tears, trying to absorb his words. The tremble in her breath softened. Max, sensing her emotions, pressed his head gently against her lap. Emily stroked his fur, her heartbeat slowly finding its rhythm again. Daniel offered to escort her home, walking beside her wheelchair, while Max stayed close on the other side, forming a protective trio that felt unbreakable. As they made their way down the path, Emily realized how much difference it made to have even one person step forward to stand between cruelty and kindness. The world felt safer when someone chose to do the right thing. When they reached her house, her mother rushed outside, panicked after receiving a call from another parent who had witnessed part of the commotion. Daniel explained what happened, calmly assuring her that Emily and Max were safe now, and that appropriate action would be taken against the boys. Emily's mother hugged her tightly, thanking the officer through tears. That night, Emily lay in her bed with Max curled beside her. She replayed the incident, but also replayed the moment. Daniel stepped in the moment. Max refused to back down the moment she realized that kindness still existed, even in a world filled with unkind people. She whispered into Max's ear that he was her hero. The dog pressed closer, his warm breath comforting her more than any words could. Days later, the boys' parents were informed, and consequences were put in place, including community service, where they had to volunteer with children facing disabilities. The first day, they arrived embarrassed and silent, but by the second week, they had begun to understand the weight of their actions. One afternoon, Tyler approached Emily awkwardly, apologizing in a quiet voice that she had never expected to hear. She looked at him for a long moment, then nodded, because forgiving did not erase the past, but sometimes it helped shape the future. Near the end of the school year, Emily rolled into the same park with Max at her side. This time the three boys were there too, but instead of smirking, they cleared the path respectfully. She felt something shift inside her, a sense of closure, healing strength. She looked at Max, who gazed back with those wise, loyal eyes that never judged, only loved. She whispered that they would be okay, and for the first time she truly believed it. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Heartwarming Kindness. Your support helps spread positivity and kindness in the world. Please comment "Max is a hero" before you go.